Hey guys, Romie Reviews here. I'm upset. I am upset because I kind of see where they're trying to go with this, and I don't know if I like it. No, actually, I know for a fact I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Oh, so this is Power. We're going to take our time with this. Power Season 5, Episode 4, Second Chances. I don't want no stinking second chances. So the episode starts off with, actually, where are we going to start? It feels like they're centering the show more so around Kanan, because remember, before it was Ghost, then it became Dre, now it feels like Kanan. It's the same thing where you'll see how Kanan is really weaving his way into every little thing. The show starts off with Tommy, Ghost, and Kanan, the three amigos, because they're not the three amigos, they're the three amigos, trying to do their whole, okay, we're working together, but we don't really trust each other thing. Now, this is where the foolery commences. Kanan goes and spills the beans about, hey, how's your father doing now that he's out? Of course, Ghost didn't know about that. So now Ghost and Tommy have to have this argument and said, Kanan, just give us a minute. Even though Kanan, he's smirking, listening to every little minute detail that's going on in the argument. And the messed up part is no one sees that Kanan is orchestrating all this foolishness. Kanan doesn't want them to be, you know, a duo. He can easily manipulate Tommy or Ghost if they're separated. And Ghost is yelling at Tommy because he said, you can't trust that man. I'm your family. We're your family, not him. So Ghost talks to Kanan now and says, look, Tommy's just tripping with the whole thing. We can't have any mix-ups. We can't have any screw-ups. We can't even have any loose ends. We're going to have to go and try and find a way to make it so that Tommy can't work with his father. The thing is, they're not going to go and hurt anyone, but they have to make it seem like Tommy's too dangerous to roll with. And I'm thinking, that's going to backfire. Now Angela's talking to Donovan, and see, Donovan really is a good guy. So I don't know how we're going to play this when it comes to him. It could go either way. Donovan seems like the guy where he can see that, okay, these guys don't like this woman, but she seems relatively cool, so I'm going to work with her, both minorities. Or he could say, dang, I thought you were a good one, but you're just as crooked as the rest of them, because he went and gave all the files. So Angela's just like, Blanca, there's nothing she can do since now we're running the case. Ha ha ha. Yeah, of course, I took over, because we don't need her meddling in our stuff. And he laughs it off, leaves. She locks it up, and she goes, sends Tasha a text saying that the Ray stuff, all of that is done. Tasha said thank you. And now we see Ghost. Now I understand what's going on. Ghost still has ownership of Truth. Stein owns part of it. And Dre works for Karen Bassett and her hotel stuff. That's why I was confused. So that's where the confusion was. It's not that they all just own the same thing. It's a separation of stuff. Now, Ghost, he's fussing at one of his people because he's like, I need the drinks to be right. The drinks need to be right. And Ghost looks crazy right now. So then, of course, Tate comes over and tells him, maybe you need to go and just back off a little bit and just let me handle this. Let me do the speech. Because remember, he wanted Tasha there. Tasha said she's not going. She's not coming. She's over it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what just happened. But we fast forwarded a lot of stuff. We fast forwarded a lot of stuff. What is wrong with this thing? Why did that happen? I apologize. Okay, so Kanan, yeah, all of that. He talks. Oh, okay. So Angela, that's the part missing. Angela went and talked to the guys. Well, really everyone. This is where she gets to gloat and say that, you know, her and Medina realized that they're not the Jimenez brothers, the Jimenez brother and sister, siblings. And so now we know that they're currently in New York. We have an opportunity to go and get them. But the opportunity may not last too long. And the game plan is to find out exactly where they are. And they're going to use the new Taínos, the new heads of Taínos, the young guy, and they're going to use him to find out where, because he's supposed to be the distro. That's what they think. He's supposed to be the distro. But that's not the reality. I already talked about Kanan going and weaseling his way in. Tommy is still driving that car everywhere. And Teresi tells him this sob story about how his father was actually supposed to be with another woman, marry another woman, but his father, he got ill, and his current and the and so then his current wife was the one that took care of him instead of the other woman. And all that to say is, as in Teresi's father, not Teresi himself. So it's just kind of that whole thing of how family is such a huge thing. And Teresi talks about how he took on the responsibility of keeping quiet so that his family could flourish. He went and bought this plot for his whole family. That's where him and Connie are going to stay. And he's trying to go and really just peddle this whole mantra of family to Tommy to go and soften him up. Thankfully for right now, Tommy isn't too softened up as of yet. Dre, I loved this scene because Dre was just sniveling. Dre had to deal with the fact that, guess who's back? The lady Jimenez herself, Angelica. So Angelica is back, and she wants to know what her brother's been doing. That's when Dre lets it be known. He's racked up a $60,000 bill. He looks very nervous the entire time because remember, he was threatened and said, don't even look her way too much. Angelica does not like her brother. It's very obvious. He's a lot to deal with. She loves him, but she doesn't like him, especially when it comes to business. So she essentially tells Dre, this is what we're going to do. I will handle it. And because he's going to mess up the business. He's going to go do too much. He's going to get a little too arrogant. He's going to, like I said, mess up the business. I had to take out that light, so let's get more of a natural type of lighting look. Tasha, she was drugged out. She needs something. I said, Lord, if we go and do a segue of Tasha getting addicted to drugs after being married to Ghost for all this time and, you know, being a part of the drug game. But for now, she just needed to take some rest, have a little bit of time to herself. Ghost wakes her up because he needs her. She says she can't do it. It's too much. She's out of it. She doesn't want to bring the ass. She just wants to go more Raina. She just wants to do in her own time, in her own space. And Ghost goes off on her again for the umpteenth time, saying, oh, so you're not there for me. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. This project is for Raina. This project, how dare you be so selfish, Tasha? I'm thinking, Ghost, you disrespectful. Anyway, that dang drinking. He's not dealing with his emotions. Now, we get on to Teresi, and he's getting his welcome home party. He's getting his welcome home party, and everyone's there. Sammy's there. It's a beautiful moment. We do hear some in-talking. Vincent is trying to tell this young buck to chill out because the young buck is thinking what we're thinking. Teresi was supposed to have life because Teresi gave this whole speech about he, you know, did his time, and he didn't think that he was going to see the light of day, but now he's here. And I'm sure everyone's kind of looking like, but they had to be reminded that this is the Teresi. This is why the family was able to do what they was able to do. Why the Italians were able to become the Italians. And Vincent has in the back of his mind that Teresi snitched. But Vincent tells this guy, first of all, show him some respect. Second, it doesn't really matter because all the people that he could snitch on today are dead. So that's letting you know that he's so respected that even if he is a snitch, they almost don't even care. I mean, Vincent almost doesn't even care. As long as he doesn't snitch on the wrong person, stay out, be free, do whatever you need. This is where Ghost is at his club and he's acting a mess. So Tate wants to take over, and Tate's smoozing one of his, I guess, bigger investors who realized that one of the main ones dropped out. Now Ghost goes up there because he wants to get to the punch, do his own speech, and he's talking about how this is near and dear to his heart. The next thing we see, I was shooketh. Raina. He sees Raina in the, because something was telling me that I was like, you know what, Ghost is going to be haunted by this woman, by his daughter. And something just told me, imagine if Raina, it was like this whole scenario, imagine if Raina was still alive and they were just trying to hide her out. Even though we know that's not what really happened. That idea came in my head when the episode first started, and I didn't know why. But that's why, because guess what? She is dead, but Ghost is seeing her. And we actually see, oh, I said, she didn't say a word, but she didn't have to. So he's so struck by it, he's so over it, that he goes and he almost like grabs this little girl that obviously isn't his daughter, and the mother's fearful, trying to figure out what's wrong with this man. And the crowd, they just back away because they realize, ooh, so he is Coco Loco as we thought he was. He is. So now Ghost is in his office. He's drinking. I thought Tasha was going to say something about the drinking because she comes in and he says, you know, I saw Raina. She said, what? I thought that it was her. I really thought that it was her. And so Tasha's trying to tell him, you need to go and deal with this. Because you're not dealing with this, that's why all these other things keep happening, Ghost. You have to go and really mourn her. You're just pushing her aside, her memory aside, because it hurts too much. But you have to feel the pain so that you can feel the great things about her. Tasha's saying all the right stuff, but Ghost says, no, the real problem is you weren't there for me. You were supposed to ride for me like a real, and because you didn't ride for me like you were supposed to ride for me, that's why all that happened. I said, Ghost, you ignorant. You're mourning, but screw you. Screw you. Tasha still has to be a mother to Tariq and to Yasmin, even though Lord knows that child is the forgotten one. And you go off on her again. And even when he walks out, he kind of, hits her. No. Let me clarify. He bumps into her like, as he was walking by. I'm thinking, oh no, you have to go. Tasha, you need to go because we're not doing that. Councilman Weasel, aka Councilman Tate, Rashad Tate, had the audacity to go to talk to Dre and tell Dre, look, I'm working with James, but James right now, we feel like it's better if we, first of all, Dre knows this is all BS. He knows that, but Councilman Tate's saying, I can get you friends in high places. I can do a lot of things for you. Why don't you work with me and be the face of it? I mean, you are a corner boy. To going from being a corner boy to being the main head honcho. Come on now. It's a rise to riches story. The investors would eat that up. He said, no, I'm not doing that. Because Dre knows Ghost will light his butt up. What is it in for me? What is it in for me? I'm just making everyone else look good. What is it in for me? I'm thinking, Dre, go away. Dre, go away. Dre, go away. Tasha talks to Big Mama. And Big Mama, first of all, both of their wigs were horrible. It hurt my feelings. I said, y'all both pretty. Why did they put you in those horrible wigs? Distressed and disheveled wigs. What matters most is that Big Mama wants to figure out what's going on with Tasha, what's going on with the relationship with her husband. Because Tasha wants to go. She wants to be free. Caca. Big Mama's saying, you need to work it out with him. He's a good man. Unless there's something you're not telling me. Because what was going on in the hallway with that other man, you all up on him. It's because of him? Tasha said, no, it's not because of anyone else except for James. It's Ghost. It's just him. Him. Listen to me. Him. Proctor is at home with his daughter, and his ex-wife comes in, and she talks about how, look, I'm here because I want to. She gave her daughter her sobriety chip, 30 days clean. I said, 30 days? That's accomplished. You're in that. She just gave me that. Oh, I'm good now, baby. I'm good. No. Go away for a while. Be alone and see if you can still be good. That's the real test. Why am I upset for him? Damn. Why am I upset for him? Proctor. You know it's bad when Proctor tells his daughter to, go upstairs. He's like, okay, bye, Mom, and runs upstairs. She doesn't want to deal with that because she was looking at her father the whole time the mother was talking. Gave back the chip and everything. Proctor said there's nothing that you can do that will ever allow you to take full. You want 50-50? You think you deserve 50-50? Why don't you go and live a little, then see if you can maintain 50-50? I said, because she's trash. So then now Proctor opens up this file, the Teresi file, And I'm trying to think who's Peterson, because John Mock's name is John Mock. That's why I was trying to figure out who signed off on all the stuff. But Proctor now wants to talk to Ghost and say there's something I need to tell you. Tommy is there with his daddy, Teresi, and Teresi's trying to fish information out of Tommy. Tommy, thankfully, is still guarded right now. I said, thank you, God. Thank you, God, that Tommy talked to Ghost. Because even just talking to Ghost, even if they argued, that was still enough for Tommy not to go and spill stuff. Teresi had that fake smile. As soon as Tommy drove back out, Teresi's smile went away because he needs the information. So now Angela and Medina are talking to the new Taino's head, and they're playing this game of bad cop, worst cop. They're trying to figure out, all right, you need to confirm with us that these are the Jimenez, and that what are they doing? Are they still here? Where are they? And essentially they're throwing the book at him. They're saying, we're going to go and say that you talked to us anyway. We're going to go and book you. We're going to go and do this. He's a punk. He's a punk. He's green. And so he gives it up. Because they said that we're going to also charge you as a distro. He said, I'm not the distro. I'm thinking, you need to be killed. You need to be killed. You can't go and have loose lips. You need to be killed. You need to be shot, strung up, tortured. Anyway. So he confirms that they're still in New York, but they're going to be leaving soon. So now, of course, Tweedle and Tweedle want to know where. Where are they going? Proctor is talking to James, to Ghost, and Ghost was like, because Proctor started talking about the Teresi thing. It's like, oh, so when did you find out about that? Today, today or last night. He said, liar. I talked to Tommy. He already told me. Why didn't you go and give this information to me? I didn't give you the information, Ghost, because let's be very clear. Tommy stabbed an agent in my kitchen, which means that I'm afraid of him. I have reason to be afraid of him. What we need to be concerned about is, I told him that everything was fine with Teresi because I thought it was. But after looking further into the new paperwork, because now paperwork was filed, which means that someone signed off on it, which means that now it can look fishy. He said John Mock's name is all over this. And John Mock was originally on the case, so it was okay. But it makes you feel like it's possible he could have a deal because John Mock has a hard-on for all of us. We need to be careful. We need to make sure that Tommy knows not to trust this guy. We need to go and have a contingency plan for him. I'm thinking, dang, Proctor. Mister, we need to just be cool, calm, collected, and do everything's the legal way. I guess I wasn't panning out too well. Now, was it? Tasha had this conversation with Silver, and I was over it. Because she was talking to Terry, and Terry was saying how much he loves her. And that's when Terry said, I had to go and talk about, do a disciplinary hearing thing with Proctor, which means that Ghost could be implicated because of Tommy and all the other stuff. It's not looking good. You need to find your exit plan. I'm thinking, Lord, now we're giving Tasha options. Dre and Cristobal were told to come to the airport where Diego and Angelica were leaving out of. And this is where Dre gets that smug look because at first he was nervous. But Diego had to go and apologize because his sister said that, look, here's $60,000 and you have something to say him. I'm sorry. He's not going to act wild. He's not going to mess up. Because the thing is, he was acting wild and it was messing with the managers and investors for the hotel franchise. The Bassett Hotel franchise. Angela also says, from now on, Cristobal is going to be checking your numbers. Cristobal is going to be the one doing it. He's supposed to be your second in command. Have him learn everything. Which, to me, means that, ding dong, she likes you for now because the hotel franchise likes you, and you're doing, I guess, a decent enough job running things there in New York. You're training your replacement. Let's be very clear. You're training your replacement. Don't ever get it twisted. So now, Tommy was eavesdropping, and he again, I'm trying to figure out how he got this information, but everyone's kind of been following Dre, so I guess that makes sense. I guess. I don't know how he got that information, but I guess it makes sense. Whatever. Now, he goes and leaves, and because they were by a jet, the jet was loud. That's why they didn't hear his car, even though his car is relatively quiet. I will give him that. Dre's still over it, because he's just trying to figure out, man, this whole thing is weird. They get in the car, Dre and Cristobal go and leave, and I guess because maybe it would have given, you know, them Menace too much time to react, that's why they didn't stop that car. But I'm just trying to figure out, why didn't the police also stop that car? Like, at least one of them, because they could have had everyone in one fellow swoop. You had one shot. But whatever. This means we can kill Dre sometime later on. The police come and they're able to arrest the Jimenez. And Angela says something about, got you now, bit. And I'm thinking, Angela, don't get too cocky. Don't get too arrogant. But her head's swelling because now she's back at the office and everyone's clapping it up for them. And in comes Steven. Steven is the Washington dude that she slept with. We don't know what his title is, but it's higher than all of theirs. So he was allowed to go and get first crack at talking to the Jimenez, even though Angela was supposed to talk to Angelica. Now, he goes in. I'm thinking, you idiot, because you went and slept with him and you gave him that information, that lead. But we'll get to that a little bit later. He goes in there and Angelica says, oh, so this means that we're getting let out because this is how it works. Before, the organized crime was messy. People were getting killed. There was trafficking, all of that. We don't believe in just killing random innocent people. We don't believe in, you know, hurting children or selling people into slavery and doing all that stuff. So I said, oh, they have a minor conscience. So this is her way of saying, and this is true, this is what happens in the past, where certain, you know, drug lords and cartel leaders, they, for the most part, leave alone because, unfortunately, the organized crime doesn't just stop. It just gets taken over by someone else. And so sometimes it's easier and safer for them to let the people who are running it keep it versus them, you know, dismantle it and it become an ish show. And so Steven says, look, I would love to keep you in here, but my boss says I have to release you. She says, actually, take my brother. You have the evidence, the gun. I'm the one that planted the gun. I said, she's the one that planted the gun. Wow. I told you, she doesn't like her brother and she doesn't trust him. She essentially said right there that he's bad for business. He's out of the control. He's the one that'll go and start killing people and doing all this stuff. And Steven said, I can't do that. I have to release the Jimenez duo. She was over it, but now they were released, and now Angela's a dead woman because they saw her face. They're gonna be coming out. Oh Lord Jesus. Steven then goes and talks to Angela, and Angela's like, oh, so you slept with me to get that information? Steven said, I'm above and beyond whatever you think you have. I could easily get that information without you partially giving me some of it. Come on, you have no idea what type of level I'm on. Oh, okay, Big Mon. Now, and Angelica and Diego are talking in the car, and Angelica's saying, "You're the idiot. They told me that your gun, the gold one, yeah, the gold one." Is the one that they had, and that's how they're able to track everything. You need to go and sharpen up because I'm sick of you. I wouldn't be surprised if Angelica has Dre go and kill Diego. I'm sorry. She seems like she's that over it. She seems like she loves her brother, but she's really over it. So now Angela's pissed, and she has to do something. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Angela's pissed, and because of that, she decides, well, why don't I go and at least do something? And something, she's looking at all of the data logs And she realizes, I'm not sure why she was looking at the data logs, just being completely honest. But she has it. Oh, okay. She was about to go and curse out Steven through text, but then she does something more protective. U.S. Attorney Office. So she's looking at it and she realizes that they're tracking Tommy's car. So I said, thank you, God, for small favors. It's Sax and John Mock. Maybe Angela can do something about it, maybe not, but at least someone is on the case regarding that. Now we get, what's going on there? So Dre's talking to Cristobal, and they realize that, well, Dre realizes that they have a huge problem. They need to go and, because right now, the Jimenez, in his eyes, are still in jail, still incarcerated, and they're going to have to work on their own. So he needs to go and do a contingency plan. Now, Proctor gets a warrant to search the premises of his place with his daughter there. They're ripping everything, not ripping everything up, they're throwing stuff around because they need to go and see if, hey, did a murder commence? Because they know that Proctor was the last person that they can verify that reached out to him. No, that he was in the vicinity and that they're in communication. It's a mess. It's a mess. It was cute with the whole swear jar thing. Proctor cursed and then the other guy cursed. The guy gave daughter some money. And the thing is, they're just doing their job, but it's still messed up. Angela has a mole, and the mole is, what's his name? The guy, the guy who works with her friend, because she went to Blanca, and Blanca wanted to speak to him. Blanca wanted to know, hey, your password doesn't work, right? Who's the last person who had, who knows your password? I mean, your access was revoked. Right now, you're in trouble. You're not even sure why. Who's the last person that had that information? I.e. Angela. Oh, Blanca's getting on my nerves. Blanca is getting on my nerves. And it's not because she's taking down Angela. I don't care about that. The problem is if you take down Angela, you take down everyone else. Oh, they're all connected and I'm so over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. Over it. Over it. Over it. Over it. James comes home and he sees Yaz. He sees Big Mama. And he's talking to Tasha because James is... Tasha said, I'm tired of this, Ghost. I'm tired of this mess. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you not dealing with the death of our daughter. I'm tired of you blaming everything on me. The problem is, your biggest enemy is yourself. You need to go and fix yourself. I'm trying to go and do me. I deserve better. I am better than this. I stayed too long, suffered too hard, and I respect the fact that Tasha is doing this. I feel like this is she's setting a great example to not put up with this mess, because James was trying to again play back on her like, oh, you know what, you're just gonna leave, just leaving me? And then he realized that she was serious and said, wait, no, I'm sorry, we can work this out. Oh, so now you want to work this out? No, it's too late. I'm already done. I'm already out of here, and you want to work this out? Work it out with yourself. Go and fix yourself. Go and handle yourself. The only problem I have with all this is Tasha. Tasha, you're the one that told this man when he wanted to go legit and be clean. You're the person who told him, no, this is how our family set up. This is how we made our bones. We're not going to go and leave this. We worked too hard for this. You loved being the right-hand woman to your man, being the Bonnie to his Clyde. No, being his Bonnie. He was your Clyde when the money was coming in, when things seemed glorious. Now that he's a wreck and he told you he didn't want to do this anymore in the first place and you told him and now you can't take it anymore, both of you are trash. Both of you. I'm sick and tired. Throw the whole show away at this point. Kanan, he's talking to his guys. He's telling his guys, hey, you need to go and make it look like a shootout. You need to make it look like Tommy has too much going on. So don't actually shoot at them. Use these blanks. And this guy say, okay, I don't believe them. These are amateurs. Proctor tells John Mock off in the street, says, like, you're not going to find anything. You're wasting your time and you're going to look stupid. Sax is saying, oh, we're definitely going to find something, right? John Mock said, "You see him? We're definitely gonna find something." Thinking, "Oh, that wasn't a good look, Proctor." Because he said, "Oh, Proctor's gonna snitch us," and you better not. And then the foolery really commences with good old Councilman Tate. Ghost feels like, oh, he's coming to this meeting with Councilman Tate, and Dre is there because Dre apparently went to Councilman Tate, told him, "Hey, I'll go and be the face," because now Dre needs to go and secure himself. Now that he's not going to have the protection of the Jimenez, he needs another option. And I was disgusted because that suit looked, that suit was bomb. I said, "Dre, that's a good suit. You don't deserve such a nice suit." And now Ghost has to go and pretend like, oh, he's fine with this, like, oh, he's okay with this. Because Dre said, "You know what? I'm here. I'm going to make you proud. I appreciate everything that you did." And then even Councilman Tate said, "I want you to take a picture with him." Ghost shook his hand and said, "Trust me. It's a real honor to have you join. And thank you, Councilman Tate, because trust me, I will never forget this." And that fake smile stopped as soon as Ghost stopped looking at Dre. Oh, I'm ready for them to die. Shoot, shoot, bang, bang. So now Kanan has his guys. His guys are idiots. They decide, oh, it's not safe. It's not safe. We're not going to go out there running blanks. I'm thinking, I'd feel the same way, but I wouldn't be in that position to have to go and deal with that situation. Tommy is walking with Vincent and a couple other people, and then the drive-by happens. The problem is they're not shooting blanks, and Vincent gets hit. He gets hit in the leg. Kanan realizes these guys are idiots. Kanan barges through, again like the cavalry, shoots, kills both of his people to cover it up. And so now Tommy's saying, "Look, I have to go and make sure that Teresi's okay. It could have been more than one place." Now that Tommy is out of there, Kanan, because Tommy said, no, Kanan's with me. Kanan's with me. He said, "I have my back." I told, yeah, he said, "I have my back." So then Kanan's like, "Yeah, Tommy told me that he, you know, I'm just cavalry. I'm just there for him." He still had some other previous beef going on, so I was there to make sure to have his back. Vincent is pissed because Vincent was told by Sammy and by Tommy that that previous drug beef was done. But now Kanan is wiggling his way in with the Italians too. I am over it. Over it. Over it. Teresi gets a call from John, Mock, and Sax, and Teresi says, "I don't have anything for you right now." Connie wants to know what's going on because Connie knows when her husband's lying. That's when he goes and lets her know everything. She says, "Oh, so you got out because you wanted to be a rat?" I said, "That's right. Don't mix words with that man. He's a rat at this point." But she understands because he said, "Look, I don't know how much longer I'll have with you. I was in jail mainly for you. You can't tell anyone though, including Tommy." And that's the part she feels bad about. Because now Tommy comes in and she doesn't seem like a bad person. She's just in a crazy situation that she's willingly be a part of, but still. And this is when Tommy's like, "Look, there was a shooting and I was afraid that something happened to you." So now Teresi says, "Look, I need you to tell me what's going on with you. Like really what's going on." And we know Tommy's going to do it, and I'm over it. We see Blanca. She has this whole case, this whole board, this storyboard about, okay, this is the James St. Patrick family. This is Officer Ray Ray that was killed. Why was he, James was cleared of murder. She has all the stickers. Ray Ray's deceased. It just doesn't make sense. Tasha moved out. I don't know if she's with Silver or not, but Tasha moved out. Ghost is in his house alone. And it's too much. It's too much. He starts drinking and he says, "Look, thank you for calling. We need to meet up." And of course it's Angela. I knew that was Angela. And this is their way of coming back together. Angela thought she had the world and she was dropped. Ghost has been dropping for a while. So then they both ask each other, how are they? Not good. Not good. I know Tiffany from the show is having her best life right now. Anyway, so that was it. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm over it. My voice is fried. Oh, it's just trash. Throw it all away. I'm over it. This whole Kane storyline, Dre possibly being able to stay alive longer. The only way the Queen's Project can live on. Done.